Så är jag tillbaka till början nu. Bucket!
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms, Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Så vad är det vi inte har gjort nu? Alltså det är många saker vi inte har gjort with the bucket. Jag vill se om jag kan hitta det här new content stuff igen, men det kan jag ju inte härifrån.
Telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Fall jag går hit nu och sen går ner and stuff.
To go back to the meeting room.
Lyssna på han. Should I listen?
No,
I don't want to.
Said the bucket.
No. Go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift.
Wait.
Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I found an erectable collectible. Nice.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines.
Yeah!
You'll collect the last one. And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Very cool.
We'll be different people by then.
Yeah.
Different in the sense that we used to have.
Very cool.
And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
I like that. Okay. Kan man hoppa ner här eller dör man då? Är det för långt? Det måste finnas någon väg ner på något sätt. Is there a possibility? Oh wait. Vart leder ventilationssystemet egentligen? Where does it... Oh, it goes down! Hello? Whoa. Where the heck am I now? Oh, give it! Narrator dialogue, okay. What these?
Okay, this is day number 295.
Where?
Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track.
What is this? Scary game now, eller?
Anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure?
It's scary.
I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour
så
with the
läskig.
bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get...
Hello?
What's that? Who's there?
Actually scary. What the fuck? I was scared! I'm very scared right now. Where's my bucket?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his
Bucket?
co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude, Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd
It's
never
my
be alone
bucket.
again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Okej.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to
Håll
his
käften.
This was not the correct way to the
Jag ska gå till ett annat
Stanley
ställe.
felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee
Jag vill se
around
ifall jag
was
kan ta
simply
mig
the place
ner.
to be.
Jag har ett mål i livet. Och det är att ta mig ner och springa ut från garagedörren där.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Men det är inte Streams sämsta spel där. I'm just playing a game.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Okay.
The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the
Kan
cargo
jag
lift.
ta mig ner? Det är långt ner. Men det vore kul. Okej, så where is it man kan landa på den där kanske. Eller kan jag göra typ så här?
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket,
Jag kan inte gå
his
där.
dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's
Hallå
arms.
vaken, jag
How
kan
deeply
gå bra.
touching.
Så okej, så I died. Så the bucket räddade mig inte från att dö där. Det var
All
lite
of his
synd.
co-workers were gone. What could
Okej,
it
men
mean?
vad händer om vi går
Stanley
liksom
decided
on the
to go to
catwalk
meeting
thing där då?
room. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the
Hallå!
bucket.
Reaper 80,
This was
tack
not
så
the
mycket
correct way to
för att du
the
har
meeting.
resubscribat
Stanley had felt
18
the bucket
månader.
calling to
Thank
him,
you.
telling him that the
Arch in the
employee
chat till
lounge
Reaper
was simply
80.
the place to be.
Som subscriber med Prime!
And
Oh
here
my
it
god!
was. Had
Primers.
the bucket turned out to be correct? Was no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No. I did not. No!
No,
Said the bucket.
Jag vill
don't
dit.
go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly
I want to see
did
what's in
whatever
here
the bucket
with the
asked.
bucket. This is something new with the bucket. I got a bucket full of sunshine. I got a bucket full of me. Oh, wow.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point.
Why not?
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the
What the
bucket here?
fuck?
Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
Yeah.
I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
But I wanna go in the door. This is scary. Kanske Bingus får testa ballongerna. Is this a bucket? What?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios,
Uh-huh.
and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Do I know what's a bucket? Is this...
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a
Oh, what the
hologram of
fuck?
a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Ja men vad fan. Okej.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Kan jag få kolla närmare på den? Yes. What?
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Första gången jag kommer säga nej så kommer det ju vara ja.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes!
This is a bucket.
Nice.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
På något sätt kommer det vara en bucket. Nej.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Yes! Yes!
This is a bucket.
Jag visste det. Such a good gamer. God gamer, in fact.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both.
What?
Gotcha.
Both?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Hello?
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing?
Yes.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
No.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is?
Am I a bucket?
A bucket?
Maybe. Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
I like the bucket.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to erase
No!
from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
My bucket.
What happened? Is everything gone?
Yeah, because everything
Why
is a
did
bucket.
everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
All along.
My God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news.
Varför börjar
buckets.
ordet bucket låta
Yes,
konstigt
I
nu?
actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Thank you.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
And we're back in the game. Alright, ska vi se om vi kan plocka med oss någon ballong nu eller? Ja, det ringer någonstans. Where? Where's the phone calling ringing? Is it this?
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
That's scary. Meeting today. Figures Finders Committee. Oh, nice. Alright. Vi har en väg till att gå med The Bucket.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked.
Tror
Stanley
jag.
just smiled.
En till.
Anywhere they went together would be perfect. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
Om jag
Had
åker
the
liksom
bucket
upp
turned
hela
out to be
vägen.
correct? Was no.
On the thing.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to
No.
the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need
Det är
you to
ett
do.
confusing
Stanley
game
did
om inte
not
annat ville.
question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley
Blir det
chose
helg
not to think
imorgon?
about this obvious fact.
Är man ledig imorgon?
He was
Nej, det är man
firmly
inte, va?
convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did what.
Nej, det är det inte. Rasmus Holdenstrom. Hello, Poison Beast.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here.
Dark
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Oh, I'm scared now. Hello? Hello, Elin!
Now pick up the phone, said the bucket.
Tack så mycket för
Pick up
42
the
månader.
phone, and
Hearts
it will
in the
take us back
chat.
home, where we can go about life together.
But what if I do this now again?
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things.
I know.
Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is
Oh.
comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should
Jag
it
skulle behöva,
last?
det här behöver jag kolla
How
på.
can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes.
Okay,
Let's
nice.
dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next,
Jim.
provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these
J-I-M.
steps complete, it's time to begin the humor.
Alright.
Speak
Vad
the
som var bättre
entire
sen, Elin?
joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming,
okay.
"I'm dunny with the funny" now.
I'm done with the funny!
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone
done
of
with
good
the funny.
comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of
What
the
the
war
fuck?
to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence
What?
and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What the fuck is going on?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only
Hello,
way forward
Lil
is for us to return to the two
Bijou.
doors and walk through
How you
all
doing?
of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Okej. Eller? Okej. Ja, okej. Eller? Alright. Och jag har förlorat en sticker på min bucket. What happened to the other sticker on my bucket? Hello?
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept.
Damn right.
The king of
Godspeed,
comedy.
gamers.
That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
No, you don't. Alright. So we're heading back. With the bucket. Vad har vi mer kvar för vägar att gå sen? Har vi gått alla vägar with said bucket? Vi måste ju testa att gå någon väg utan bucket sen, va? För att liksom så här, why didn't you bring the bucket, I guess?
Ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
But what happens if I go to the right now? Huh? Hello?
What?
What the
We're
fuck?
back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch
Really,
the
Herman?
instructional video.
Scary ghost?
Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're
Wait,
back
what?
at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When
Wait.
Stanley and the
En
bucket
gång till,
came to
eller?
a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
En gång till då.
What?
Ja, jag tror att här är en loop, tror jag.
Already? No. Here we go.
Okej, vi
You
går left
ready?
nu. Hello, Fubbe.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2
Hello,
open doors,
Matthias.
they
How are
entered
you
the door
doing?
on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right,
Yeah.
leading back to the phone.
But I didn't.
Did you not even look at the instructional video?
I don't know,
I think
man.
This was all covered very clearly. There's no way I
I'm-
can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The
I'm
joke
sorry.
is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint.
what?
Are you proud of yourself?
Where are we going now?
Down, Stanley. Are you proud?
Va, hallå? Jag mår bra, Mattias. Oh, nu gjorde vi det här, ja.
So much it's like you. It's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes.
This was one ending.
Try that again.
Ah!
I
Okay.
heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with
sorry,
a bucket
Herman.
you are. No, still not. Is it
Vi
the
får börja om från början, så borde du testa starta om spelet för att starta en ny
Pale
ending.
with
Okay.
shame. Pale. What's another word to describe?
I don't know what true ending is, Chase, man. I'm trying to get
I think I
stuff.
saw it playing guitar. No.
Okay,
Getting
vänta.
away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these.
Jag hänger med eftertexterna.
I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is.
No bucket follow narrative. Okay.
King of comedy again.
I will try it. Tack så mycket, Josh, för 50 bits. Men jag vill testa det här och starta om också. How do you do that? Så borde du testa starta om spelet för att starta en ny ending. Okej. So, wait. But the sequel. Wait. Alright. Men jag vill inte börja, jag vill börja the sequel. Vi kör hela nu då. Sequel.
Stanley knew the office
Do not
layout like
take
the back of his
bucket.
hand.
Follow
It
the
was only a
thing.
matter of time before
Yes?
he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
I will follow the narrator.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And what does this do for me? I want to find a thing. One more. Need one more.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Där har jag redan kollat. So in here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated.
Tack så mycket Krumo för 100 bits. Hey! Madde with the VIP. Can we get some poggers in the chat till Madde? Congratulations. Good job Madde. VIP. You have earned it. All right, vi gör så där. Very, very cool. All right. Vad heter du på Discord-servern så att jag kan lägga till dig som VIP även där? Ska se här. Members. Heter du Mad samma där? Madde 212. Där har vi en Madde 212. Heter du samma där? Helt samma. Okej. Då lägger vi till dig som Twitch VIP där. Kan du se det hemliga rummet i Discord-servern, tror jag. Hallå? Fick du den där rollen nu, eller? Den vill inte ge dig rollen. Why not? Twitch VIP. Did I do it? Did that do it? Huh? Yes, it did it! Now you're VIP. Congratulations! Så. Okej. So we're following instructions. Nice, Affesson. Här har jag aldrig varit idag.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, just wait, where am I going? To the left or straight ahead? I don't know. Left, straight ahead. Uh-oh. This is mind controllingable.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Camera.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Oh,
Their true
jävlar.
nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's
Whoa.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where
Var det
freedom...
någon som snodde din glass, Torpa? What the fuck? Det var inte så snällt kanske.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Maybe.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Ruben.
Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Hello? Oh,
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Mind control
eating,
offline.
working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Very
And as the
scary.
cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would
fyra?
never again
Can I get
exert
up here?
its terrible power over another human life. For he
There's a button
would
up there.
dismantle the controls
You can't get
once
up there.
and for all.
I want to get up to the button. 5. What happens if I press that? Vart finns det liksom en 1-2 knapp eller? Oh, okej, vänta här nu. If I press it in the right direction. Nej, skit i det då. Screw it. Jag mår bra, Madde, hur mår du? Grattis till VIP:n ännu en gång. Mind controls idle of waiting input. Står det något kul där eller?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I turn it off. Jag kommer inte ihåg vad jag gjorde. Jag kommer inte ihåg det här från 1:an, Jonas, så jag gör ändå.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Hello, Kakan.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Wow.
Where had his co-workers gone?
We're going.
How had he been
Jag ser
freed
en
from the
fågel.
machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been
going down?
seeking, but happiness.
Can I
Perhaps
get
his goal
out?
had not been to understand, but
But to let go.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lived, it would be
Beautiful.
his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth
Visst, jag har inte gjort det här med bucket
Stanley
nu.
stepped through the open door. Stanley
Yay!
felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
I'm not
The
playing.
feeling of liberation. The immense
Igen,
possibility
Yoshi, vad
of the
fan?
new path before him. This was
Jag får skaffa mer
exactly the
intressanta
way,
streams då helt
right
enkelt.
now,
Så du inte somnar så
things
mycket.
were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Happiness. Yo, Otni, how you doing? Onti, I beat the game. Okej, ska vi göra det där med bucket nu då?
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Follow
could it be?
blindly with
Stanley
the
decided to go to
bucket.
the meeting room. A good bucket.
I will
A strong
speedrun
bucket,
this
a
shit,
humble
man.
Bucket, a committed bucket. A bucket of culture and distinct. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door.
I'm speedrunning the heck out of this. Oj, det var någon som bestämde sig för att bajsa ner mina byxor. Inte mitt fel.
Speedrun?
Yes, I'm speedrunning the heck out of this game.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Look at me.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight, but Stanley guessed the correct code by
Yay!
Was it the bucket knew all along?
Maybe.
Was the bucket...
Well, I don't see.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Sådär. Allt, Matteus, streamen är helt öppen idag. Allt kan hända. Spela vad jag känner för. Och vad det blir. Just nu kände jag för att spela Stanley Parable, det nya Ultimate Execution Game. Nej, vad fan heter det?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ja, precis. Jag tänkte på det här med Jonna. Så nu gör vi så här. Vi gör den här och vi gör exakt samma som vi gjorde förut fast vi har bucket istället. Sen gör vi exakt samma fast vi väljer att inte stänga ner maskinen med bucket. Och sen så escapar vi med bucket. That's the thing we're doing now.
Monitors jumped to life and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Nej, jag har inte fått den åt ni. Välkommen Ville. I hope you will enjoy your stay.
Reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
Vi alla nu i chatten välkomna Villman.
It didn't wish to do. What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Go.
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Bing 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 biddy bing bing biddy bing 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 biddy diddy diddy ding ding bing bing ding ding
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert.
Speedrunning. Gaming.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Maybe. Ville, det får vi se.
Yes.
De som var här tidigare i streamen idag visste i alla fall, vet nu i alla fall vilka som är de första två orden i låten. Hallå Leonora.
Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The
No collectiolables.
Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
What?
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
Why?
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together.
Yeah.
With one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Hello, Ivan.
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering
What
in
the hello?
uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket.
No.
The soothing warmth.
Hello, real Marcus.
Go to any lengths.
Jag trodde det var fake.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not
Får
while he has
precis
such a
vilken du vill,
precious
Herman.
bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room.
What the fuck?
But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Hello? I'm back here now! Okay, så nu ska vi...
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all...
Okej, så nu ska vi göra samma sak, fast inte stänga av maskinen. Yes. Real Marcus Twitch. Det hade jag gjort om det inte är så att jag är både ansiktsblind namnblind
Stepping
och
into the
färgblind.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Okej, jag är inte färgblind, men de andra två sakerna är.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the.
All right, Yoshi, have a good time. Är du Kim? Kim får stå för färgblindheten. Jag får stå för ansiktsblindheten. Och namnblindheten. Nej, alltså jag vet inte, jag är nog inte så ansiktsblind egentligen. Jag kan se en person och känna att jag har sett dig förut. Kanske inte kan placera dig. Och jag kanske inte kan ditt namn. Så namnblind. Kanske. I don't know. Alright, here we go again. Me and the bucket on an adventure. Me and the bucket on an adventure.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Jag vill inte se Neil på det här med. Det är ja, det med. Det är det med. Ingen humor. Ganska låg IQ.
Monitored like guinea pigs.
Dåligt minne. Namnblind, som sagt. Dåligt minne. Och inget sinne för komedi.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want
det minns någon som är regular stream. Yes, I do.
Stor
panna, ja!
These questions raised furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Jung.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Except for the bucket. Det får vi se, Real Marcus.
The heart of the operation.
En bra stund till i alla fall.
Labeled with emotions, happy or sad or
content.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Så system power on ska vi köra nu.
Stanley decided
system
that this
power
would
on.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
What?
Birds.
Birds!
Silly
Titta, det är Hultskratt där.
The control buttons became active again.
What can I do? Birds!
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all.
Wow!
It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the
silly
world.
birds!
The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions.
Cute.
The bucket known this
Cute. Kolla håret på den
Stanley
där.
marveled at the metal genius in his
Jag kan se ut som den.
the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds.
Can I go backwards now?
Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this
MRI receipt, doctor.
And Stanley.
Hon mår bra, I think. Hon är hemma just nu. Okej. Så det var inte för en collectible. Så det borde nog escape with bucket.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in,
the bucket made
Okay,
Stanley
let's escape.
want to be a better
Speedrun
man
escape.
and a
Hello,
better
Axie.
co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
Welcome,
Stanley
darkness.
clutched the bucket
Ja,
tightly to
I'm
his
doing
chest
good. How
and
about
entered
you?
the door on his left.
Okay, gamers. So that we ska göra nu, what we're doing is that we are going to go to the boss's office and we're gonna go print the code, bing bong bang, and then we're gonna go and go to escape instead of mind control.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Nice, darkness. Very good. Ska jag inte säga det? I will not say it.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Jag kan inte
Stanley was
sluta
once
säga
again
very good, very
stunned to discover not an
nice.
indication of any human life.
Very good.
Crushed by
Fuck.
the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the suit. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket
You go
he had
pang?
all along?
What you gonna pang?
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Zoom. Hold down. Let's get down to business. Oh, nice. Good luck, have fun. Devil. You can beat those
Stanley and the bucket
damn
walked straight
noobs
ahead
with the
through the large
toxicity,
door that
man.
read,
Escape!
Mind control facility.
Hur många endings har du fått än så länge? Ganska många, jag kan inte komma ihåg ens.
Escape written on it.
Let's
The
see.
truth was that at the end of this
Niomanada.
Stanley and the bucket
Vad
would
ska
both
barnet
meet a
heta?
violent death.
Jag tycker det ska heta Bucket. Tack så mycket Tim för 9 månader. Hearts in the chat till Tim. Bucket.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
But I want... No.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each
No,
of them.
not that thing. Hop. That was a big hole. Och jag stannade och sen fortsatte falla. Oh, hello? This seems scary. I don't remember this. Lite Half-Life-känsla av det här. Uh-oh. That's gonna
As
kill
the
me.
machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
I know.
To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
No! I'm a survivor?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
What?
as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Wait,
In a single
narrator to the
visceral
narrator?
instant, the bucket's
Huh?
life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
No! Hello Melvin, välkommen in till streamen. I hope you're doing good. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. The Stanley
It was a
Parabola.
shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket.
But they over
It's true
survived.
that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
This is new. The bucket. Welcome you to the grand exhibit. If you're standing at the precipice of knowledge, much like the bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness? What? What a bucket? No.
Can you see how arrogant it was for
Nice
Stanley to
bucket.
take a bucket like this and to claim it for his
It was
own?
my
Can you see the
bucket.
hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket
This
is
is mine
far more
bucket.
noble than Stanley
No, I can
will
take
ever
Inferno
be in
bucket.
his short life?
I want my bucket. My bucket. Where's my bucket? I want it back. It. Bucket did. Måste finnas en bucket här
No man
någonstans.
can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
But the hanging bucket. Can I grab it? Yeah! I got it!
But there is something we can do.
Did I get it?
Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
You and I.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Hello? Okay. So now we're back in the mine. Gotta pick a swinging from side to side. Okej, Jonna tyckte att vi skulle starta om spelet. Och sen, vänta, begin the game again. Vänta, quit to menu, right? Quit to desktop. Och sen starta spelet igen. Then something strange would happen. Starting. Please enter the current time. I will do exactly that. Vänta, klockan är 4:57. Sjukt. 13:57 var den sist jag gjorde. Your favorite time of day. Just det, det var det jag skulle göra. Or could you simply not resist giving them the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy stating the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 0:45, 57. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is... accurate? You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be hard. Yeah, let me whip up a couple new ones up. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. What? Sorry, Tim. Vänta, så begin the game nu, eller? Så nu ska jag kunna få ett nytt ending. According to Jonna. Bro.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee.
Welcome back. Fick jag som prestation nu.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Ska jag starta om igen?
What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Jonna tycker jag ska starta om igen. Let's try it. För då får vi mer sliders. Det kanske är en grej att man ska starta om och så får du massa saker och till slut blir det ett slut liksom. Let's see. Hello? Please adjust the slider till the computer is barely visible. Typ här. Va? Okay. Aw, they're friends. Please adjust the slider until number 5 becomes number 9. What? I like these sliders. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Which of the two made-up words below is most appealing to you? Occuboinkle, scrum touch. Occuboinkle easily. Please don't adjust the slider. Okay. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Yes. What this time anyway? Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. Yes, I'll help you. Will you come back to visit me? Yes. Fy fan, det här är lite läskigt alltså. Okej, ska jag starta om igen eller ska jag köra? Nu. That's the question.
This is the
Start om igen? Really? We'll try it. That is so weird. It's so weird. This game is so weird. Oh, get it, gamers. Let's go get it. Oh my god, Drackbar in the chat. What time is it? Summertime. Anticipation. Does anyone really know? Truly know. Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all of the game settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. Now the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I do. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time. But that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. That's pretty dark. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. Should I restart again? This is weird. Ja, det kanske är där de såklart. Det är ju där de menar då att du kanske inte hittar mig här igen, men du kanske hittar mig någon annanstans in the game. You know? Ja, för nu fick vi inte det där. Okej. So now we will find another way.
This is the store.
Håll käften. Så, should I go bucket or bucketless?
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Should I go bucket? Or bucketless? I think I go bucket. Eller? Bucket or bucketless? Bucket. Abbe, Sea of Thieves är verkligen ett bra spel. Men på riktigt, jag tror fan att då gör man bäst i att skaffa Game Pass till Xbox. För att då, alltså jag menar, Sea of Thieves, vad kostar det om du ska köpa bara Sea of Thieves? Typ 600 spänn. Och istället så kan du betala, vad är det, 100 kronor. Och kunna spela 100 kronor i månaden liksom, och spela No Bucket. Tog jag Bucket? Ja, kostar det 400 spänn nu? Okej. Men om man betalar för Game Pass, då kan du spela det och massa andra spel. For much less.
And entered the door on his left.
Okej, jag tror att det är en ny väg här. Nu tog jag bucket. Och Jonna tyckte att vi inte skulle ta bucket. So I don't know what to do. Jag vet inte hur jag ska hitta att det finns en ny väg. Wow. Tack så mycket Yoshi för dina bits.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Jag vet inte om det är den dealen fortfarande, det kan jag inte svära på Abbe, men det har i alla fall varit det. Jag vet inte vart den nästa väg är. Jag vet faktiskt inte, Darkness, om jag har fått det. I don't know where to go. Jag försöker hitta liksom vad det är som ser annorlunda ut. Jag kommer nog spela något annat sen, Marcus.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Var den där dörren öppen där förut, eller?
It should have alarmed him, of course.
Nästa gång borde du inte ta bucket och inte göra som han säger.
Stanley chose not to think about this, but Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend.
Jaha, nej, det har jag inte fått.
So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Hello, Manu. Alright. So no bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it
Stanley
mean?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew
Vad ska jag hypa?
well.
Hallå?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
Vad ska jag göra, Timmy? Jag fattar ingenting. Ja, Matinbum-klipp uppe i 3000. Jag såg inte att det var du som skickade. Jag trodde det var Botinbum, för ni har samma färg på namnet. Men oh my god, Matinbum-klipp uppe i 3000 prenumeranter. Oh my god! That's so epic.
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous.
Du smälte in i chatten där, Timmy.
Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
All right, så ska jag göra absolut inte det.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can.
Så då borde jag hoppa ner
The
här.
fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Ja, det gjorde jag faktiskt inte så fall.
Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why? I don't know how to convince you of this.
No
but
bucket
I really
beyond
do want to
past
help
this
you,
point.
to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Oh! Yeah!
And there it is. The last Stigley
Kolla! Titta!
Savor this moment, Stanley. This
We
is
did
a real
it!
accomplishment. This is
6 out of 6 collective
Where
balls.
so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements,
Easy.
you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Yay! I got them all. Woohoo!
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Hello?
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red
Blue door.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this?
Men det här har jag ju gjort tidigare idag. Haven't I? Ja, men det här gjorde vi ju förut. I've done this. There's no difference here. Is it not?
You see? There's
Har jag
nothing
gjort
here.
typ
I
allt?
haven't
eller?
even finished building this section of the map because you were
Typ.
never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out
We saw this.
specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that?
För nu är det inget annorlunda här.
And in the end it was all for nothing because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here,
Börja
Stanley. Help
om...
elucidate these
Go look
stray-
at windows in spawn. I don't want to do this same thing one more time. Windows in spawn. De kör Linux. Windows. Här. Huh? Windows. This window? Oh, what? Hello?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
What the crap?
Those figures. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
What?
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figures.
Come back with sub-smile.
Hey, tack så mycket, Vegan the Boy. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Hearts in the chat to Vegan the Boy. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Woohoo! Memory so. So we're remembering it down here. Woo!
Here's where it all began.
Them, can you find them?
Back
Can
then
you
we had
find
no
them?
idea of how many of them we'd find.
6
Sure, it
stycken.
said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain?
Kan jag collectible en till eller?
We'll never be like that again,
7.
Stanley.
Hej, jag fick faktiskt 7. Nu hann inte se det, men det kom upp 7 av 6. So I have 7 out of 6 now. Huh? I'm confused. Alright, vice versa. Tack för att du kom in och kolla. En till!
And here was a second Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Så nu, vänta, kommer jag kunna få 12 nu, eller vad?
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Was i bathroom? Aha!
Hey, that's exactly right.
Den här
It
Helena
was
Abbe.
here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You
Yay!
picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Hur menar du, Viggenboy? Jag fattar inte.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
Huh?
Well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I don't remember. I haven't been here. Ja. Jävlar, Viggen. That's cool. Oh!
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It
Yay.
was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly.
Yeah.
In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Huh?
Enjoy.
Nice Windows Movie Maker. Wow. Actually, den PNG:n av en pil som jag använder i thumbnails ibland. Wow. Wow. Actually great. Best boy.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I
very
spent
good.
a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
8 minutes. Now I can go through here. Kan jag ramla ner här? Nej, kunde jag faktiskt inte. Yay! Next time. Next thing, I mean. Hello? Zoom, maybe here. Oh.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible.
This
the
one.
final figurine, right here by the red and
12
blue
av 6 har jag nu.
This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
Vilken
It
grej.
was a moment unlike any other.
Vilken
Except for
grej.
the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Alright, where are we going now? This is the same, but different. Now what happening? You are in the present. Whoa!
Then there was no more.
Trippy.
Because we've caught up to the present moment.
Yes.
Nothing left to do but move on
Whoa.
into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Okay. Very cool. Very nice. Very cool, very nice.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen.
What?
Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how
What
that feels.
the fuck? Snacka och dra ut på spelet liksom.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue
Nu har jag
doors. I
13.
remember this.
What the
I
hell?
must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more.
Vad fan.
And here's where I made that video.
Kolla här
Don't you
nu.
remember the video we watched?
14.
Yes.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
that video.
Och collecting them all. Vi får så jävla mycket collectibles nu. Det här är den som är väldigt konstig.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room though. A solid room.
Solid room. Wait, hello?
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Next one. Can I get one over here now? I can't. That's stupid. Hello, Gurk-Olle. Gurk-Olle, antar jag att du heter. Jag vet inte varför jag sa Olle. Gurk-Olle.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Hello, cartoon nychef.
The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Collect them all. What the hell? We're going so much back in time now. Kan jag få mer hopp in the jumping circle kanske? Allting går väldigt mycket baklänges nu.
It's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything.
Herregud.
In fact, I dare say I'm actually... Oh, yes! The two doors! What? Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
I don't understand. Oh, nu är vi tillbaka här, eller?
And before everything else, there was your...
So now we're all the way back. Hello, Clevis. How are you doing?
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Loading screen, eller? Loading screen?
Yes. I'm remembering something now.
Intro?
I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big
I'm very
decisions.
much too
I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone,
Jävlar vad många
how
minnen nu.
about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay. Here we go.
När har du ställt en fråga förut?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okej, nu skulle jag ta hinken och kasta ut från fönstret.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket. Vilket fönster? I go backwards. This window?
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
I don't get that. Va? What? I guess clears with Y. Hello, Jonna, what is this? I have bucket, I'm looking at the window. Is this what I'm doing? I don't understand this. Upp på stolen? Which? Den här. Aha. What?
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone.
What?
Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
What is going on?
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured
Are we
vaults.
lagging right
I
now?
was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing
Are
this?
we lagging?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power.
Can you
Its
see me
fangs
good
glistening
right
like-
now, gamers?
My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all
Jag fick någon
12 emblems of
dippig
sages
bitraten
and knew
där.
incantations
But
to
it's
summon
good
their true
now.
power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed
Vet
by
inte
the
vad det var.
bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've
Nu
demonstrated
ska det vara bra.
such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the
They
game.
killed the
And
bucket?
we'll
I didn't
agree to
even
never
realize.
again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
They killed me bucket. Jaha, är vi färdiga med det här nu eller?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Are we
Stanley
done
decided to go to the meeting room.
with the
Perhaps he had simply
Stanley
missed the memo.
parabola? Back to menu.